So, what have the officials been saying so far?
You know, Ghana joined the rest of the other countries about 2.5 years ago for the beginning of the implementation of the AfTA. So it's been about 30 months now, and the Secretariat has been moving around regions of the country to interact with the people to find out how the implementation has gone. The officials of the Secretariat have also been explaining the framework of the implementation of the program to the people and explain to them the benefits that they stand to gain from the implementation of this program. So today it is the turn of the Upper West region, and officials of the Secretariat are here to interact with the people of the Upper West region and explain to them the implementation so far after 2.5 years of the taking off of the AfTA. So we would like to engage one of the officials of AfTA to find out from him how has the implementation gone in the past 2.5 years in Ghana, and what can be done to enable people of the Upper West region to benefit fully from the implementation of the Mr. Stephen Kluchi, welcome to TVC News Live or Real Time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's been 2.5 years of implementation. What can you tell us?
Well, so as you already stated, after it's about promotion of goods and services across the continent, the market size of 1.3 billion people, and a combined GDP of 3.6 trillion. What it means is that we are going to virtually be having people to trade in our country, and likewise we also going out. So it's significant that we put in place a strategic path that we need to change. And so the National After Coordination Office over the past years has been implementing series of activities. One of the significant things we did was to come up with a strategic policy document called the National After Policy Framework and Action. You see that it is a policy document and also an action plan. So it's not just about policy direction, but practicable steps we need to state or to implement so that after becomes a reality. Inherent is that also the NCO has been implementing a project called the Market Expansion Project. What that basically seeks to do is to assess the export readiness of our enterprise or businesses that we have. We're looking at three categories of businesses. Those who have export experience, but normally we do outside Africa. So we want to see how we can support them to be doing more of Africa, because they already have an export experience. But we want them to start looking within Africa, taking advantage of the AfCFTA. Those who have export experience in Africa, but they mostly will be doing our neighboring countries, the West African countries. How can we promote them to help them to be able to enter into the deeper markets like the East African market, the Southern African market, the Northern African market, and the likes. Then the third category is groups of people, enterprises that do not have any export experience at all. But then when you see their product, you can see that they have strong market presence. So we want to see how we can support them to start venturing into the African market, taking advantage of the AfCFTA. And so that's what we've been doing over the years. Just in May recently, we even took them part of the project. We took some companies to Kenya to participate in what we call a market entry expedition. What we seek to do is to grant them the access. So it's not enough doing policies in your country to support them. Yes, we do policies for them. We support them. Capacity building is relevant. We train them on how they can package their product, how they can even assess or extract market information, how they can implement good corporate practices in their system. We even training them how they can begin to form viable partnership groups, because it's one of the challenges we are looking at. Businesses in Ghana will love to always act in silos. And if you're acting in silos, you alone cannot supply the market needs of about 1.3 billion. So how can we start putting them into groups, forming viable, and we encourage them to do that. We as an office we are a coordination office. So what we do is that we coordinate activities of institutions who are already supporting trade. KEPA is there, FDA, GSA, and the likes. So we try to coordinate all these activities. And inherent in it is the market expedition I'm talking about, where we went to Kenya and we took close to 65 companies from Ghana or enterprise from Ghana to participate. And it was a mind blowing act. In fact, out of that also we came up with an export trade house, which is to support our SMEs. This is the concept of how we have the China malls we have in Ghana. So we also want to create the Ghana kind of a version in all African markets so that businesses can be able to take advantage of AfCFTA. Not only in Kenya will we be going, we then go into Tanzania, doing Egypt and the likes, so that people can have access.
So you've talked about how businesses can take advantage to expand their businesses. What are some of the items that you are looking at for businesses to go into to be able to take full advantage of this?
I mean, after allows free trade, in Ghana, we have GEPA has identified as some 70 priority products that we think we have comparative advantage in. And these are sectors that we think that if we support them more, we will be able to produce more to export at lower cost compared to our neighbors. So we are working with GEPA to be able to support them. They are implementing a project called Youth in Export. We are seeing how we can also come in to coordinate to support these youth so that they can. In fact, one of the policy components of our national policy framework highlights the relevance of women and youth in cross-border trade. You know, they occupy a significant portion of the trade in Ghana. So if AfCFTA is going to work, these are targeted people that we are looking at. And so priority products within the 17 priority products identified by GEPA is of relevance to. That doesn't mean that other products cannot go. Because AfCFTA has a criteria you have to meet to get the certificate of origin. Either your product is wholly obtained, which means it's sourced, the raw material sourced from Ghana, or it's something you imported from outside Africa but has undergone significant transformation or value addition. And we feel that most of what we trade in will definitely fall under one of them. If you don't qualify, we see how we can help you to be able to qualify.
Upper West region is noted for its quality share.
Yeah.
And those who are into the production of this commodity are women. And many have not been to school. What can they do to also take part in this after?
Yeah. I mean, that's where the training we're talking about comes in. You need to come to their level, training them even in their local language, needing to provide them with assistance. The good thing is that we have the BACs, the BRCs all around. So we always train these people to help them. In fact, we've done that in Paga. And when we were going to Kenya, we took some people from there to a lady who was Sirigu traditional. They do craft, and then we took a New Vision who is into share butter like what you're talking about. And these people are all people that were supported with the BRC through the BRCs and the BACs that we have over there. We have to decentralize the AfCFTA. We don't need to be in Accra to make sure everything is done in Accra. No. That is why we are leveraging the resources we have. Moti has established these relevant institutions. So we are just leveraging their capabilities so that people can be able to take advantage of the AfCFTA.
So even before you come to train or to offer training to these women that I have talked about, what do you advise they should do?
So one of the key things that popping up is issues of FDA, GSA certificate for their products. I mean, it's becoming clear. We've been spending 2 weeks in the north, and I've seen very good products. But when I see the packaging, I see there's a challenge, and I know that they need training. It's not as if they can't. When we went to Kenya, we took share butter. We took with somebody who was doing crafts. Day one of the expo, the person sold out. It means there's a potential for that made in Ghana good out there. So it's a matter of how we can support them to be able to get this FDA certificate. And one of the things we are doing is that at NCO we have established an after desk at the NCM, at the FDA, GSA, all these relevant institutions, so that they can come in to also help businesses, especially who want to trade after. But if you don't have this certificate, it's not going to be possible for you to trade internationally. So these are things that we are putting in place.
So, assuming my mother is here and she wants to get education on AFTA, what should she do?
Okay, if it's about education after, we have trained the BRCs and the BACs. In fact, the regional conference we are doing, we are even trying to even more localize the whole after more to the level of the RCCs, so that the RCCs can also own it. Because after cannot be implemented by the coordination office, we only coordinate. So it's important that the institutions that are with the people get to know what after. If she wants to trade, if she wants the information, she can get it from BRCs or BACs. I'm sure you are trying to look at what processes she needs to follow to trade. Yes, one of the key things is you need to get the AfCFTA certificate of origin. That is key. So one, you can approach the BRC. It's a simple form that you fill, and then once that is done, it is received by the competent authorities, or we call it the Rules of Origin Committee that has been instituted by the Ministry of Trade. So they review it, send a team to come and assess your factory to be sure that you qualify for the AFTA certificate. And for raw materials like shea butter and all of that, acquiring the certificate will be much easier because it is originating, because the raw material is originating. So once that is done, the next thing you need to do is, if you've never exported before, then you need to get either an agent, a freight forwarder to assist you. If you want to know where to export, that is what we call market information. KEPA has instituted what we call the Impact Hub. The Impact Hub provide market intelligence for traders at zero cost. You can approach them, they will tell you, okay, this product you want to trade, this is where it's going to go. In fact, at NCU, we are also trying to develop a portal called the Ghana Trade Information Repository, which will also provide this relevant information at the doorstep of businesses so that they can be able. Once that is done, you get your certificate. After is all yours.
Well, this may not fall within your responsibility, but I interacted with some market women who traveled to Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes, and they spoke about serious extortion. Is there something that AFTA can do to help address this challenge?
Yeah, so that falls under trade facilitation, easy movement. If I will have to move my goods along the corridors and I have to be stopped, stop extortions and stuff like that, it will be a challenge to the success rate. That's why we're working with the relevant institutions like the Ministry of Interior, National Security, the police, the immigration. In fact, after its implementation, the competent authorities custom. So we are having workshops with them to see how we can harmonize their processes, educate even their people that these things will hinder the successful implementation of ASF. And I know Ministry of Trade has taken that up seriously, and it's something that is being worked on.
So, what message do you have for business people out there?
I want to say, especially I want to rather talk to the youth that after is focused, the creativity is there. Hitherto, we wouldn't be able to go to markets that are in Africa because of the challenges, the tariffs and the likes. We are into viable businesses. In fact, most of the people we took to Kenya were youth. And so, and the orders they are receiving now as a result of the outcome of that expo, it's mind blowing. I want to encourage all the youth that let's take advantage of this. It is not a complex process at all. All you need is just get a product. If you need assistance as to how to even package the product, how to even come up with an idea on it, the NCO is there to support you, or approach the BRC or the BAC. If not, we will see others benefiting after from Ghana, whilst we are not reaping the benefit. I want to encourage the youth to take advantage of the AfCFTA to work for us.
Thank you very much for your time. You've been listening to Mr. Divan Tochi explaining to us the implementation of AFTA in the last 2.5 years. He's saying that those who don't have experience in the area of export, there are other institutions that can assist them to be able to build their capacity so that they will be able to take advantage of AFTA to better their lives. We have one of the participants. He is a businessman. He is Mr. Kalageti. He would like to share his experience with us. We will be talking to him to find out what went through his mind when he heard of AFTA, and for the past 2.5 years of implementation, what has he made of it? What can he do to take advantage of the situation? So we would like to talk to Mr. Gaten. Please stand here so that thanks for your time on GBC Real Time.
Most welcome, sir.
Yeah. You are a businessman.
Yes.
What do you make of the implementation of this AfCFTA?
I think today's engagement was an eye-opener. We've been hearing a lot about AfCFTA, but I haven't had it into detail like what I did today. So,
Please stand down. Yeah, please stand down. Sorry for that. Okay, so let's go. Bye.
So I haven't had the opportunity to really benefit from these engagements like I did today. It is a huge eye-opener, and I think that is going to revolutionize me and especially a lot of my other participants on the program today.
You are into the production of mangoes.
Yes.
What do you think you can do to take advantage of this?
Yes, as I said earlier, this has really changed my horizon completely because the opportunities they have just laid down bare to us will enable me to do things differently from what I was doing. I've been on mango for the past 14 years, and then most of the time I have mango, but they just rot away. But today's engagement has really enabled me to really rethink and see the next line of action to take the opportunity of after, as I've been anticipating to get what to do with my mango when I harvest them. Today's engagement has helped me to take a different look at what I've been thinking about.
Yeah, so you have been selling your produce
Yes.
to on the local market.
That's right.
What difference do you think it will make if you decide to go international?
Yeah, the difference it will make will be to bring me a lot more income from what I have been doing. The local market is not that bad, but I see the opportunities with AfCFTA to be more, that will give me more benefits than what I do in the local market. Because I stand the opportunity of going outside my locality, outside the region, outside the Upper West region, and maybe to even engage in other continental markets that I hitherto was not thinking about.
You have been a farmer for almost 1.5 decades now,
Yes.
particularly mango farming.
Yes.
How easy is it producing mango on a large scale like you do?
It's really not easy. And then I think that it is just maybe thinking forward that has enabled me to get this far. Because I didn't start mango alone. I started with a number of other colleagues, but a number of them dropped out. A lot of them dropped away, but I still continue. It's not easy because to get funding to go into commercial production of mango is not a mean achievement. So if you are not made, you don't have a mind that is made for success, there's no way you stay in it. I know that it has not been easy, but I believe that the fruits or the benefits that will accrue after the years of suffering will be more than what I will do just stopping what I am doing.
I want to believe that based on this interaction, you may now think of exporting your produce internationally.
Yes.
What kind of support will you need to be able to do this?
The support I really need is like our presenters were given. We need funding, finance to be able to do that. As I stand this year, I had a lot of mango, but I need machinery that will enable me to maybe turn the mango into dry mango or turn it into fruit juice to be able to export or to be able to keep it on the shelf for a much longer period. This year, I had a lot of mango, but a lot of it got rotten away. So what I will ask the financial institutions or government to do will be to work to partner with businesses like us by bringing down the interest rates. I know that I can go to the bank and maybe get a facility to invest in this, but the interest rates on what the banks give, there's no way any serious businessman will go in for it. So we are aware of them, but because of the rates, the interest you have to pay on whatever you take from the bank will not enable you to go for it. So you look at it, you know what you can do to make money and create jobs, but you don't have the ability to do that because of the interest rates. Government some of us will encourage government to keep doing the things they do to support businesses like us. If businesses like us get facilities that are even interest rates that are very low, we can go in for them and then expand our businesses and employ more people as government keep talking about.
Thank you very much for your time.
Most welcome, my brother.
We've been listening to Mr. Kalagatin. He's a businessman and a farmer who is into the cultivation of mango. He is saying that he is ready to take advantage of AfCFTA, but the kind of support he will need is funding to be able to acquire machinery so that he'll be able to process the mangoes either for export or for local consumption. He's also asking the banks to bring their interest rates down so that when they go in for some loan, they will be able to break even and create employment for the youth to enable all to better their lives. Lastly, we would like to interact with one of the participant exhibitor. She is here to sell some things. I would like to find out what can she do to take advantage of this AfCFTA and export these smokes that she sells so that she will reap the full benefit of AfCFTA. Madam, thank you very much for your time. Can you tell us your full name and what you do?
My name is Hassan Ishmael. My company name is Hassan Fashion. I'm a fashion designer in Upper West here.
So you have been listening to the officials from AfCFTA.
Yes.
What do you make of the opportunities they are talking about?
Really, it's good. Like when we go to trade fair like this, you sell your business and other things. So because of that, we're able to get a decent, what will I say, contract and other things.
But you sell your produce locally, your products.
Yes.
You sell them locally.
Yes.
AfCFTA is saying that you have a bigger opportunity out there. What can you do to take advantage of it?
Like if I go to international trade fair, especially me like this, my business is grown. I went to 30 countries because of this. Because of these people, they helped me. That time, the former president and the trade minister, Alan Cash. So he helped me, and they take me to Agua. Through that, I become international designer. So I've been going to different countries for trade fair and other things. Ministry of Trade, Tourism, Culture, Export.
Yes. So you sell locally.
Local.
Yes. Now there is AfCFTA. How do you intend taking opportunity of AfCFTA? There is a bigger market out there.
Well, when you people help me, and I'll go, it will be nice.
What kind of help? We
Like
cannot help you. What kind of help do you want?
I want money. You know, nowadays, because of the corona spoiled everything. So otherwise, it was good. I was supplying so many places, but because of corona, I was supplying game, and we have Japan, Dubai. Even yesterday, I just come from Wichao, People's Central. But because of the corona, the business is collapsed. So if you get more money for me, I can take it and train the street children and other things. I've been training them. I've trained over 100 girls, 40 boys in Upper West here. So if I get more money, maybe I can train more than that.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Thank
madam,
you.
for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you've heard one of the participants telling us that their main challenge is fund. So the issue is that people are ready to take advantage of AfCFTA, but their anticipated challenge is funds. Earlier on, the AfCFTA official indicated that there is training for those who want to take advantage of the AfCFTA implementation in the region so that they will be able to reap the full benefit of it because there is a huge market out there for people and they shouldn't let the opportunity pass. Back to you, Theodora, in the
Okay.
studio.
So, Swala, how has been the response of the business owners in the region so far? Okay, so Swala couldn't help me, but those are some details of the AfCFTA conference currently happening in WA. The aim is to chart a way to build the capacity of business owners in the Upper West region and the country as a whole to fully benefit from the trade agreement. It is also to support especially women to grow their businesses beyond the local market and find their own spaces in the regional market in other African countries. So the call now is for all business owners to latch on to this free market to do business on a larger scale across the African continent. So that ends today's edition of Real Time with me, Theodora Amedeto Yakano. Until then, as I keep saying, keep watching GBC News. Good afternoon.